So I'd like to let you know that the first funder that said yes was the Alberta Community Initiatives Fund. It gave the book legs, it made it possible. It went from a dream to a reality at that point. The Community Initiatives Fund of the Alberta government reinvests in its revenues from lotteries into communities. It empowers our citizens throughout the province to come together and supports community organizations and of course responds directly to local needs. Here to represent the Alberta Community Initiatives Fund is Rick Fraser, the member of Calgary-South East. Calgary-South East, yes. Rick also serves as the Legislative Secretary for Ambulance Services, reporting to the Minister of Health. He serves as a member of the Standing Committee on Resource Stewardship, and previously he was the Associate Minister of Public Safety and as the Associate Minister of Recovery and Reconstruction, which is of course how we will always know Rick Fraser. Thank you, and can I ask you to come here?
So I didn't realize this is a roast of Craig, but you know what? It's just it's an incredible honor, to be honest. Every time I come into this town, you know, they gave me my story, and I prefer not to read it. I'd rather you read it. But you know, I talk about how in the early days, no one ever wished this on the town of High River. But an incredible honor to be in charge of it and to work with such incredible people. And you know, I was sent here with a stack of notes that we often get from the ministry. And just to tell you a story, right after I was named the Associate Minister here in High River, there was really no intent for me, really, you know, from former Premier and colleagues to have me go back to the legislature in that year, which was kind of odd because there's question period, and of course there were people who want some accountability about what was happening in High River. And so when I would go up there, people really were having a hard time, colleagues from Edmonton and other people in the building, including my own staff. Well, what's it like in High River? And so I had them blow up a picture of 3 days after the flood. And I hung it on my wall, so it was the first thing that people saw when they came in there. And there was also another picture of kind of the horizon from the highway, where you saw all the, you still saw the water, and it was weeks after the fact that looked into the Hamptons area and Sunrise area. And you know what? I didn't have to explain anymore why they needed an associate minister in High River, why we needed the resources in High River, because they saw the entire town essentially immersed in the water. And you know, it's a thrill for me to come back here, a period of time after time, to see how we've rebuilt. And I was trying to think, to describe the work that Doreen and Jane and Anne have all done, and what it really means. And I was trying to, because it's in the museum, and you think about quilt work of something that has happened in Alberta for centuries. And really, you ladies are the thread that brought the patchwork together in this town. As much as to play on what Craig was saying as well, while people were immersed in their agony and people were wondering where to go next, you brought them together. You showed people really not only what they had in common, but how we needed to support everybody in their differences. And you know, you're the thread that's binding this community through this book. It's an absolute honor that you asked for my story. You know what, my heart will always be in this town. I sneak in from time to time. I don't tell Bruce or Craig that I'm here because I might get questions about the DRP, but but I do. I sneak in for some pie from time to time, and you guys will always be a part of my family and part of something that I'll look back and I'm incredibly proud to be a part of my stint in government. You're incredible people, and really, as Craig said, the story is not about what happened. It's the story of the future of this town, and you've started that conversation. So thank you so much on behalf of Premier Prentice, the Honourable Maureen Kubinik, Minister of Tourism and Culture. Thanks for having us, and you know what, I'm with you guys for a long time. I might need a job one day, who knows.